busy chatting with each other. After all, they have a lot to discuss with their old friends, many of whom are meeting each other after a whole year. Swami Vivekananda walks in to meet them.
Hello, dear children. How are you all today?
We're good, Swami. I'm so happy to come back. Guess what, Swamiji? I've grown 2 inches since I came here last. I'm a big girl now.
Yes, we're all growing every day. And that's why it's important to inculcate some essential habits that will help us grow into a good person.
Let me guess, we are supposed to eat healthy and not junk food, right?
Very true. But it is more important to feed healthy food to our mind than just to our body. Can you tell me some habits that'll help us grow into a good person?
To do my homework on time.
Yes, doing your homework on time is very, very essential. Hard work and dedication is a key to achieving anything you need to do in life. I've heard that you've been hearing stories from the Mahabharata. Let me tell you some more.
Yay!
During the training period, Drona Acharya takes the Pandavas and Kauravas to the forest to test them. Suddenly, a hunter boy approaches Drona Acharya and reverentially bows before him. Drona is surprised.
Who are you, my boy, and what do you want?
Sir, I am Ekalavya, the son of the chief of the Nishada tribe hunters of the forests of Hastinapur. I'm expected to become a great archer and hunter, and I deeply wish to learn from you and you only. Please teach me in this art.
You say you're of the Nishada tribe, which would make you a boy of lower caste than Kshatriya. I teach Hastinapur's princes, and I am a Brahmin. I am sorry, but I cannot accept to teach anyone who is a lower caste than Kshatriya or Brahmin.
Ekalavya is deeply saddened by this response, although he was not completely surprised. As he walked back to his tribe, he pondered over the situation.
Dronacharya may not be able to let me learn with the princes, but that can't stop me from learning from him. I will create a small idol of him and pray and work in front of the idol, and I hope I will learn.
Ekalavya feels much better with this solution that brewed up in his head and goes back and makes a small mud statue of the teacher. Every day, for years, he worships the statue as the person itself and diligently works on his skill. Now, back at the Gurukul of Dronacharyas,
Surprise test. I want to test you all based on the lessons so far. I want you to shoot this wooden bird, but before you take aim, please tell me what you see.
I see the bird on the branch.
Next.
I see the bird on the branch and the tree leaves fluttering.
Next.
I see the leaves, the branches, and the birds.
Next. Arjuna, come.
I see an eye.
Bravo, Arjuna. You are my best student, and I promise you will become the greatest archer ever.
as time rolls on, one day, while the Pandavas and Kauravas are training with Dronacharya, they constantly hear a dog howling. After a while, the howling stops, but they see a dog approach their camp with 7 arrows in its mouth, such that the dog cannot bark. The young princes and Drona alike are stunned by what they see, as Drona notices that all 7 arrows are from the same quiver, and that one has to be exceptionally skillful to achieve this feat without even hurting the dog. Drona gets very curious to find out who did this and follows the directions from where the dog came. After some distance, they see a young hunter boy with his bow and arrows. When they get close, Drona notices that the arrows shot at the dog were from the same quiver as this hunter boy's.
Dear boy, did you shoot to silence the dog?
Yes, sir.
Your aim is remarkable. Who taught you?
Sir, you are my guru.
Are you crazy? I remember all my students, but I don't recognize you.
Let me explain.
Ekalavya leads Drona to the place where he has practiced archery all these years under the watchful eyes of his guru's statue.
Sir, my name is Ekalavya. Yeah, I only wanted to learn from you, but since I was neither a Brahmin nor a Kshatriya, you denied me admission.
Okay, that makes sense. But how did you learn the skill?
So, I created this idol of you, this image of you, and worked hard in front of the image, hoping you would teach me from that form, and here I am.
Everyone gathered there gasps in amazement. Drona is thoughtful for a couple minutes, and he looks at Arjuna, remembering his promise to make him the greatest.
Now that you have learned the skill, you owe me Guru Dakshina.
Sir, that'll be my blessing. Please ask for whatever you want.
Give me your right thumb.
Everyone is stunned by Drona's demand. That is, everyone but Ekalavya. Ekalavya, without flinching, takes a knife, cuts down his thumb, and places at Drona's feet.
Sir, I am indeed blessed that you have accepted me as your disciple, even though I was not a Kshatriya or Brahmin.
Everyone, including Dronacharya, marveled at the boy's courage and devotion to his guru.
You will be known far and wide as a great archer even without your thumb. And you will forever be known as the greatest student ever for your loyalty towards your guru.
Ekalavya is the epitome of hard work, dedication, faith, and obedience, my children. If we follow our Guru's guidelines with sincerity, we will attain greatness.
But poor Ekalavya, he lost his greatness when he gave his thumb.
Drona may have stripped Ekalavya of becoming the greatest archer, but by giving up his ability, he indeed became the greatest archer. Do you think we'd talk about Ekalavya with this much reverence if this had not happened back then? He would be one among the many great warriors of the Mahabharata.
That makes sense. I'll do good, Swamiji.
Yes. Can any of you tell me another habit that we should develop?
Being nice.
Playing a lot. Being honest.
Yes, being honest, right there. Being honest is a very important trait to develop when we are young. If we are honest, God will stick with us.
But yesterday my friend told me that he was honest about eating an extra ice cream, and that didn't go well at all.
Being honest is not enough. You need to be brave to be honest. If you're brave, being honest does not mean that you won't have difficulties. It just means that despite all those difficulties, you will still win at the end.
My grandpa says that even if you lie to the world, you will still know you are lying. You cannot lie to your own conscience.
Yes, lying is like a heavy monkey sitting on your back and pulling your hair. If you are honest, you don't have to think much because the truth does not change. Let me tell you a story of Sahadeva.
After putting Pandavas through a lot of misery and denying to come to a settlement without going to war, the Kauravas were all getting ready to wage the war that Duryodhana had always wanted, the one in which he thought he would defeat his arch-enemies, the Pandavas, with full display of all his pent-up hatred for them. Whilst there was no doubt of his hatred, and even though the Pandavas would be their enemies, the oldest of the Kaurava brothers, Duryodhana, chose to go to Sahadeva for a very significant detail. Sahadeva, the youngest of the Pandava brothers, was an expert astrologer.
I've come to meet my brother, Sahadeva.
Okay, please wait, sir. Sir, you have a visitor.
Hello, brother. Why are you here?
Well, I wouldn't trust any other astrologer since you're the expert.
Well, what is it you want to know?
Well, you know I like to win. Well, I only like to win. So can you tell me the day I should commence the war so I'll win at the outcome?
Let me analyze your horoscope and I'll get back to you.
No cheating, though.
If you don't trust me, you can take it to someone else. After all, I will be on the enemy team.
Well, brother, you're that one person in this world who will help me, even if it means that you can get hurt at the end.
Okay, bye.
Duryodhana leaves. When Pandavas find out what Duryodhana came here for, they are furious. They do not want Sahadeva to assist Duryodhana in this, but Sahadeva would not concede.
No way, no how. Are you kidding me?
We are toiling our day and night here to gather whatever support we can to fight and win this war.
Please remember that these are the people who shame me and brought so much misery to us all. They don't want us to live in peace, even if we give up the kingdom.
I am sorry about this predicament. Though I have not forgotten what Duryodhana has subjected us to, I must tell the truth, and I cannot be dishonest in my work, no matter what.
But you can deny to do this task for him.
If I deny to do the task, he will only go to someone else, who will still give him the right day. And he came to me as a brother. I cannot deny my knowledge to anyone, let alone a brother.
The next day, Sahadeva calls Duryodhana to come over.
Hello, Duryodhana.
Hello.
The special detail for you is ready. Come immediately.
Okay, I'll be there soon.
Pandava brothers are obviously furious at Sahadeva, so they do the one thing they can think of: meet Krishna and tell him what had happened.
Duryodhana, the most auspicious day for you to commence your war on will be the new moon, the upcoming Amavasya.
Awesome, thanks, brother.
Bye.
Pandava brothers are obviously furious at Sahadeva, so they do the one thing they can think of: meet Krishna and tell him what had happened.
Oh man, I've been working overtime on this case for you guys. But give me a break. Sahadeva, of all things, you had to tell Duryodhana to start the war on an auspicious day. Can't you call him and tell him to do it the day before Amavasya? I am sorry, dear Krishna. It was not my fault that he came to me. I am just doing my duty. Seek not, avoid not. What is a purpose in life worth if you don't follow it at the most trying moment? I am sorry, dear Krishna. I will not lie in the matter of the Shastra. Okay. I'm the one that's supposed to preach. Now, let me see what damage control I could do here.
Krishna takes the matter into his own hands. On the day before the Amavasya, Krishna goes to the river and starts performing the ceremonial rites for the forefathers, Tarpanam. The Brahmins in the vicinity get confused on seeing Krishna do it on Chaturdashi. Krishna does not respond, but quietly continues to do the rites. Upon seeing this, the Brahmins decide that Krishna can't be wrong, and maybe they got their calendar wrong, and so starts to do it themselves as well. In the meantime, sun and moon gods who are witnessing this get confused as well. So they descend on the riverbank and await Krishna to come up. Finally, when Krishna finishes his rites and comes up on the bank,
Namaskar, dear Krishna. Do you care to explain what confusion you got into? I opened up the lace calendar to refrain. We verified our calendars, and Amavasya is only tomorrow. Why did you start the viral wave of the Amavasya rites to be done today?
Isn't it today? What is Amavasya, by the way?
When the sun and moon align with the earth, with the moon between the sun and earth.
Perfecto. Look at us now. We're all in perfect formation. No one ever gives me credit for what I do. I was doing the right thing.
sun and moon are left perplexed, but in a position where they can't refute Krishna, as he technically is correct. So with that day being Amavasya, Kauravas are unable to start the war on their preferred day.
Krishna totally got the sun and moon to act for his bidding. And wow, Pandavas did win finally.
Yes, God can change anything about our life at any time if He wishes. He'll stay with us as long as we're honest. Have you ever heard the saying, "Do your best and God will do the rest"?
I hear my mom always say that.
Your mother is correct. We should always be truthful. Yes, your mother is correct. Be truthful and do your best. This is the best student life one could lead. Arise, awake.
Stop not till the goal is reached. Da, 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 da.